Hello everyone, welcome to today's forum. The theme is Justice Has Long Arms, and I'm the host, Judy. Taijimen Qigong Academy was founded in 1966. Not only practicing Qigong, Taijimen's 弟子 also spread the message of love and peace throughout the world. Led by Shifu Dr. Hong Daozi, they had traveled more than 100 countries. However, when Taijimen's Shifu and 弟子 were praised by the world for their contribution, at the same time, they have been persecuted by Taiwanese government using illegal taxation and judicial measures for over 25 years. There's a short video recorded by the experts and scholars. They want to voice their opinions of this ridiculous case. Let's take a look.
The European Court of Human Rights stated in a ruling in 2011 in the case Association of Jehovah's Witnesses versus France that through its tax administration, France had unduly harassed a group that had been illegitimately put on a blacklist of so-called harmful cults. The court went to explain that monetary offers made by devotees to their spiritual leaders or organizations are obviously gifts. The court concluded that considering donations as taxable payments is a typical way that some governments use and misuse to discriminate against movements that they don't like. But this is illegal under international human rights law.
I think that it is as bad, if not worse, to allow an injustice to continue as it is to create the injustice in the first place. And that is what's happened here with Taijimen.
Thanks to their voices of justice, the mistakes made by their government must be rectified immediately. Today, we have also invited 5 speakers to share their stories about the ongoing injustice lasted for 25 years. Let's first welcome Elena and Kale.
Hello Judy and online friends. I'm a Taijimen Diz, and I'm so glad to practice Taijimen Qigong here. I have greatly improved for my body and mind. Taijimen is my second home. However, our scheduled sacred land was illegally auctioned off last year. To fight for justice for 25 years, we have gone through this task with a lot of blood and tears. The journey has been long but not in vain. More and more truly just men have stood up for justice. More and more truths and lies are brought to light. And at that time, we eventually understand that our Shifu is very devoted to leading us in upholding on the right thing. It's not so easy, but we believe that only with perseverance, the official who broke the law will be finally face their mistakes and Taiwan can be saved with hope. Through the Taijimen case, all the current issues of legal and tax therefore could be also reviewed one by one. We don't want to see that so many tax victims are thinking no way for help and crying during the night time. For Taijimen case, after 10 years and 3 months, the court has returned justice to Taijimen. The third instance of the High Criminal Court ruled not guilty and no tax evasion. The Control Yuan indicated and rectified that the NTB had 7 major violations of the law, failed to actively investigate the nature of income. Based on their duty, there were 305 legislators requested the NTB to revoke the illegal tax bill. The NTB, however, still ignored the ratification from all other administrative and legislative yuan. It seems NTB is the decision-making hegemony for tax issues in Taiwan. The NTB strongly refused to correct their mistakes. As the civil servant, the NTB do not protect the rights and interests of the people. They even destroy the rule of law, becoming a bullying unit to the people. Such an attitude of injustice, and just like a gangster, we feel thrilling for them. Along the way, in order to cover up the mistakes have been made, the illegal officials constantly create more unbelievable false evidence and even auction off the land of Taiwan. They were in vicious circle to make one mistake after another, which eventually fell into the abyss of guilty. I'm so sorry for their selfish lies which have led to the loss of their conscience, and which have driven countless families to the wall. Justice is the law of nature. Our Shifu insists on doing the right thing to recall our inner conscience. Just because of this, we become brave and fearless, and then we can live in a bright life without regrets. Whatever we've done have left behind the trace. Hereby, in this appeal to the government and officials, we must face bravely based on your duty and the conscience to the solution of the Taiwan injustice case, which are originally out of nothing. That time, it could be the real or wrong implementation to the transformation of justice, and will be the greatest blessing of our country. Legal and tax reform save Taiwan with conscience. Let's go for it. Thanks for your attention.
Hello everyone, my name is Elena. I'm a Taijimen Dizi, and I have practiced Qigong for 14 years. I follow Shifu's teaching, practice Qigong, and do self-reflection every day. With the encouragement of the brothers and sisters, I started to participate in many activities. I'm much better now, both physically and mentally. For example, I used to have no interest in eating due to my digestion problem, but now I rather like it. I used to get sulking, but now if there's something troublesome, I'll think about the ins and outs of the matter and try to solve it. Now I have a lot more energy in my life than before. For many years, Shifu has led his Dizi to 101 countries on 5 continents to promote love, peace, and conscience, so that the world can see Taiwan. Such an excellent group should be protected by our country, but why have we been persecuted by the National Tax Bureau for illegal tax bills? In 2020, the sacred land was auctioned off and nationalized illegally. It made me really sad. It was because the officials of the National Tax Bureau had lost their conscience that they committed acts of tax violence. I sincerely call on the government to implement transitional justice and make Taiwan a country that truly respects human rights and the rule of law. Thank you all.
Thanks to Elena and Kale. As their says, the violence from the country can cause harm to the citizens. On the other hand, the transitional justice can also improve public well-being. Next, we will watch a video of the forum on Taiwan's Judicial Day. The experts and the scholars who joined the forum share their perspectives on judicial reform and Taijimen case.
January 11th is Taiwan's Judicial Day. The UNDPI NGO Association of World Citizens, Center for Studies on New Religions, and many other international and domestic organizations co-organized a Human Rights Forum, where experts and scholars share their perspectives on judicial reform and a major case of human rights violation that has increasingly drawn international attention.
January 11th is Judicial Day. We are here to commemorate this important day in relation to fundamental human rights. Laws are external regulations, while conscience is internal regulation. in addition to the review of laws and systems. The real essence of judicial reform lies in the government's willingness to honestly deal with all cases of injustice and ensure proper redress to prevent the same mistakes from being repeated. This is the real reform that people desire.
Legal professionals, including former judges, prosecutors, lawyers, and academics, reviewed the judicial practices in Taiwan with a focus on the Taijimen case and human rights issues. The Taijimen case garnered the attention of international human rights organizations due to the injustice and violation of due process involved, as well as the illegal auction of the land of Taijimen's leader.
那中区国税局也承认了太极门不是补习班，这些所有的证据都一再证实了税单自始无效，根本不应该拍卖。
那其实，在太极门这个编错假案有2个最重要的加害者，一个叫侯宽仁，一个叫张胜和。侯宽仁在这个案子连一个警告申诫都没有，那在去年还高升到廉政署的副署长。这个就是说，加害者不加以惩处，他会继续为恶。
Tax system is used in Taiwan as a way to discriminate religious and spiritual minorities, such as Taijimen tax case, which has been dragging on for 24 years and still facing ongoing discrimination.
Dr. Hong and Taijimen didn't have effective recourses when they were wronged. Yes, they won cases in court, but in practice, these victories didn't lead to justice.
The case of Taijimen highlights the need for reform in the Taiwanese judicial system, especially the administrative litigation system.
The Criminal Division of the Supreme Court of Taiwan in 2007 ruled that the gifts that were made by the DZ were gifts and were not taxable income. And when they seized property illegally and thumb their nose at justice, it undermines the respect for the rule of law, it undermines due process, and it undermines democracy.
In November 2020, during the Third Ministerial to Advance Freedom of Religion or Belief, organized by the U.S. Department of State and others, and attended by foreign ministers from 90 countries around the world, the Taijimen case was discussed in one of the most well-attended side events, with many international human rights scholars and experts participating.
The battle of Taijimen is the battle for the most important most essential human right.
The ongoing case involving Taijimen is unacceptable, to say the least, generally speaking, and also very difficult to understand.
According to a poll conducted by the Judicial Yuan, only 40% of the people of Taiwan believe that Taiwan's justice system is fair. In this regard, Huang Jingxing, a legal professional, voiced her concerns about Taiwan's judiciary.
我身为司法从业人员，我觉得还是必须要先强调说，其实工作是还蛮繁重的，对。然后，但是其实我们又同时应该要知道说，我们的案件其实都是相关于人民的，不管是生命、身体、财产等等，能够找到那个处理事情的平衡点，也是从这个良心出发，它才会是一个比较妥善的结果。
Judicial work is closely related to the rights and obligations of the people. On the eve of the Judicial Day, the recommendations for judicial reform based on the review of a major case of injustice and a call for the awakening of conscious and legal professionals will help shape the future of judicial reform in Taiwan.
Only if the officials can handle things with conscience, the cases of human rights violations can be solved. Next, we will have the other three speakers share their opinions of Taijimen case. Please welcome Sherry, Snow, and KL.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share my story with you. My name is Sherry. I entered Taijimen Qigong Academy 29 years ago. When I was an owner of import and export trading company. Practice Qigong at Taijimen has helped me find the way improve the balance of my body and the mind. Therefore, I ask all my family to join Taijimen and practice Qigong together. On December 19, 1996, Taijimen persecuted by public authority. On July 13, 2007, the Supreme Court confirmed that Taijimen was not guilty, no fraud, no tax evasion or violation of tax codes. But National Tax Bureau disagreed the Supreme Court's decision and continue to issue the illegal tax bills. On June 17, 2010, at a public hearing in the Legislative Yuan, the Ministry of Finance publicly agreed to end Taijimen injustice case within 2 months. But unfortunately, it has not yet resolved the case in violation of promise. On August 21, 2020, the sacred land belonging to Taijimen was illegally auctioned off and taken into national ownership, lightening the injustice of Taiwan taxation system. As a volunteer of the Alliance for Legal and Tax Reform, I often held signboard and distributed the poster on the street of Taipei City. I have been on Kaidao many times to participate in protest activities, bravely standing up against and exposing the government's abused power and bureaucracy, abolish the financial bonuses for tax evasion, redress unjust cases, and implement the real transitional justice to give our country, Taiwan, a good future. Thanks for all your attention. Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. My name is Snow. I was a treasurer before I retired. Due to the severe dizziness under high pressure of work, I was recommended by my brother to enter Taijimen to practice Qigong. After continuous practicing with patience, not only has my body improved greatly, but it has also brightened my horizon in life. Over the years, my Sifu Dr. Hong Daozi has led his弟子 to travel 101 countries on 5 continents and spread the beauty of conscience, love, and peace culture to the world. However, on December 19, 1996, such a quality cultural and spiritual organization as Taijimen was unexpectedly and falsely accused by prosecutor Hou Kuanren with both the fraud and tax evasion, which seriously violated the principle of non-discrimination in law. Taijimen is a traditional menpai of Qigong and martial arts in Taiwan. According to the law, it is tax exempt. In Taiwan, martial arts or religious group is tax exempt. On July 13, 2007, the Supreme Court ruled that Taijimen was not guilty and did not owe tax. At the Legislative Yuan public hearing on June 17, 2010, the Ministry of Finance publicly agreed to resolve the Taijimen unjust tax case within 2 months, but it violated its promise and did not resolve it. On August 21, 2020, the Administrative Executive Office illegally auctioned off the scheduled scale land of Taijimen into national ownership. Even Judge Zhao Zilong, the judge of first criminal trial of Taijimen, also stated that the Administrative Executive Office should not execute the auction illegally, which seriously violated the rule of the law. Over years, Dr. Hong has told his deeds not to yield to illegal compromise, to uphold justice and fairness, and to fight for human rights. I hereby call on the government to revoke the illegal tax bills and return the land of Taijimen as soon as possible, in accordance with Article 117 of the Administrative Procedure Law, to implement Taiwan's true taxation human rights, and to return Taijimen's full and deeds, justice and innocence. Thank you all.
Hello, everyone. I used to have familial hepatitis B and was easily exhausted. I always wondered if I have got liver cancer. The long-term psychological shadow and the physical exhaustion seriously affect my work efficiency and the quality of life. Later, recommended by relatives and friends, I went to Taijimen to practice Qigong, and my physical and mental condition improved quickly. What's even more amazing is that my company's physical examination result showed that I am negative for hepatitis B and had antibodies. I became more optimistic and cheerful, full of hope in life. My brothers and sisters saw my changes and started practicing Qigong one after another. The whole family is happy and harmonious. However, on December 19, 1996, the Taijimen was slandered by prosecutor Hou Kuan-ren, who accused the Taijimen of fraud and tax evasion. I was psychologically tortured because since then, my friends and relatives always look at me with different eyes, with sore words to make fun of me, and my brothers and sisters did not come to practice because of this pressure. Fortunately, after a thorough investigation, the National Judiciary finally gave Taijimen their innocence. On July 13, 2007, the Supreme Court ruled that Taijimen was not guilty, no tax evasion. A public hearing of the Legislative Yuan on June 17, 2010, the Ministry of Finance publicly promised that it would resolve the Taijimen tax case and withdraw its enforcement within 2 months, but it violated its promise. On August 21, 2020, the Taijimen scheduled sacred land was forcibly auctioned off and nationalized. The government blatantly violated the law, deceive the people and broke their trust in the people. It is shameful and sad. Kenneth Jacobson, a professor of law at Temple University and the former advisor to President Bill Clinton, said that, "I don't think I have seen more abuse of the right of due process in any situation than I have seen in the Taiwan case." As a person who believes in the rule of law, it is hard not to be irritated after learning about the Taiwan case. Taiwan is a beacon of democracy, but the light of the beacon has dimmed and disappeared with the Taiwan tax injustice case. Taiwan is an ancient Menpai of Qigong and martial art. For a long time, Sifu and Dizi, at their own expense, have been promoting the cultural concept of love, peace, and conscience around the world and spreading positive energy. So far, they have visited more than 101 countries and have been widely praised internationally as the light of Taiwan. Yet, it was suffered so badly by the government. As a beacon of democracy, how can Taiwan tolerate this kind of thing to continue? Therefore, I urgently call on the government to show its conscience and severely punish these officials who abused the power and violated the law. Please revoke the Taiwan Unjust Tax Bill in accordance with Article 117 of the Administrative Procedure Law. Correct the mistake, return the people's property, and establish a trustworthy government. Thank you all.
Thank you for the powerful words and appeals from all the speakers. We sincerely hope that our voices can be heard by the officials and the people around the world. Also, hope that the cases of human rights violations can be solved as soon as possible. At the end of today's forum, we would like to share a song with you. Let's unite together to create a beautiful world which is full of love and peace. Find the inner peace of our hearts and face the difficulties with courage. Thanks for your participation today. We'll see you next time. Bye.